Have you ever wondered how a simple misunderstanding can trigger a full-blown war? How about a war that involves hair pulling? Let's take a step back to 1944, to a time of tension, confusion, and, yes, hair pulling. This peculiar conflict, known as the hair-pulling war incident, arose from a whirlwind of miscommunication and cultural misunderstandings. It was far from your typical battlefield scenario. This was the unusual start of the 1944 hair-pulling war incident, a war that was more about pride than military strategy. So how did this peculiar event unfold? Well, journey back with me to the year 1944, where it all began with a seemingly innocuous disagreement. Two neighboring towns in an unnamed country found themselves at odds over a disputed boundary. Tensions simmered, but it was a cultural misunderstanding that saw the situation boil over into the bizarre. In these towns, hair pulling was traditionally seen as a playful act, a sign of camaraderie, if you will. However, one town's innocent jest was taken as a grave insult by the other, sparking outrage and further escalating the tensions. This led to an unexpected proposal, a hair-pulling contest to settle the squabble. The contest was a spectacle like no other. Men, women, and even children from both towns gathered in the disputed area, their faces set in grim determination. It was a war, yes, but not one fought with artillery and soldiers. Instead, it was a war fought with hands tightly clutching at hair, with shrieks of pain and triumph echoing through the air. The fallout was as surprising as the event itself. The contest didn't end with a clear winner, but rather with a sense of shared experience and mutual respect. The townsfolk found themselves united by their shared ordeal, their differences momentarily forgotten in the face of their unusual battleground. Just like that, an argument escalated into a war that was fought not with guns and bombs, but with hair pulling. What was the aftermath of such a unique conflict, you may ask? Well, the hair-pulling war of 1944 ended as abruptly as it began. The two parties involved, after a period of tension and hair-tugging, eventually found middle ground. They understood that their differences were merely cultural, not personal. This incident served as a wake-up call, highlighting the vital need for effective communication and understanding of cultural nuances. The impact was profound. It reminded everyone that a conflict doesn't necessarily mean resorting to violence. It underscored the power of dialogue, of reaching out, and of trying to understand another's perspective. The parties involved learned their lesson, and so did the world watching. In hindsight, the hair-pulling war was a testament to the human spirit's resilience and adaptability. It showed us that often, the solution to a conflict lies not in the fists, but in the heart and mind. So there you have it, the 1944 hair-pulling war incident, a war that reminds us that not all conflicts need to be resolved with violence, and that understanding and respecting cultural differences can prevent unnecessary escalations.